Hell of a thing. Former editor of Vibe magazine says Diddy issued a death threat, put it up full mass, over a cover.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Now this is wild, all right? In addition to everything else, former Vibe editor-in-chief Danyel Smith recalls an alleged death threat and frightening encounter in the office with Sean Diddy Combs in a feature for the New York Times magazine. Smith wrote that after a cover shoot of Combs for Vibe, this was back in 1997, the rapper requested to see the pictures before they were published. A request Smith vetoed because it went against the magazine's editorial policy. Combs allegedly threatened Smith, saying, quote, that he would see me dead in the trunk of a car, end quote, over not seeing the photos. Let's put a picture up again. I got to say this. For Ms. Smith to say this, she has significant credibility, okay? I'm president of a magazine, Rolling Out. It is against editorial policy to show somebody pictures, articles, etc. You don't do that, okay? So she was correct in the proclamation, and I'm sure Diddy was well aware, being who he was in 1997, already very familiar with the industry. When she held her ground, Ms. Smith wrote that Combs then allegedly stalked her at the Vibe office. Smith said Combs was later forced to apologize after she brought in her lawyer. But she added that for years later, she blanked out his appearance in her office and her being hustled out a back entrance to escape him. Meanwhile, Atlanta Black Star reports that Diddy's private jet landed in Berlin, fueling speculation that he might be preparing to flee despite efforts to keep his whereabouts unknown. Internet sleuths, they tracked him across the Atlantic. And I remember when this first came out, we're going to put up some of these flight logs. So publicly available flight tracking data shows a Gulfstream 5 jet registered to Love Air LLC. And this is in connection to one of his names, Brother Love, all right? So Love Air LLC landed in Berlin, Germany. This was on July 9th. The site's data shows the aircraft took off from Hector International Airport in Fargo, North Dakota around 2:07 a.m. and then landed in Berlin. And this was at 10:06 p.m. that same day. And you see the log here. It's a lot of travel within basically 1.5 days, okay? It's unclear who, if anyone, was on board the flight. This could have been a decoy of sorts. The Bad Boy Records founder is not known to publicly have business or personal associates in European countries, aside from a concert he performed in Berlin in 2007. There is little that ties the embattled celebrity to the country, let alone this popular nightlife scene. Amid the ongoing undoing of his decades-long legacy, social media users have speculated that he is plotting an escape. This will be one of the absolute worst escape plots in the history of escape, given everybody knows where the hell you are on the plane because of the flight log. Now, Diddy faces multiple lawsuits. It's a lot. Alleging sex trafficking, sexual assault, and abuse. We all saw the video of the abuse against his now ex-girlfriend, then girlfriend. The latest, the 10th since November 2023, claims former adult film star Audra English was coerced into sex work at one of his infamous Labor Day white parties, as they would call them. English claims she worked as a go-go dancer at 2 of Diddy's events before he allegedly drugged and forced her into sexual acts with guests in 2004. She accuses Diddy of grooming her for an organized sex trafficking ring he allegedly participated in. His attorney responded to the filing with a statement to The Independent, quote, "No matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason and without any proof. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth. And Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail against these and other baseless claims in court. They also called the claim of his abuse baseless as well. Okay, we saw the video and saw his apology. Let's put it up. His Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided by federal authorities. This was back in April and in May. A tape of him brutally beating ex-girlfriend Cassie in a hotel 2015 surfaced. It has since been revealed that evidence in the bombshell investigation stemming from the myriad of claims is being presented to a grand jury now. Despite the turmoil, Diddy has kept busy. He was seen whitewater rafting in Wyoming with Dana Trant, his youngest child's mother, the weekend of June 29th through 30th. After wiping his Instagram, he posted videos boarding his private jet to head home July 7th. He hasn't been seen publicly since those posts. According to TMZ, the father of 7 is looking to sell his residence for $70 million. In 2014, he purchased the well-known home accompanied by his teenage twin daughters, which was raided also by Homeland Security. All right. The report of the sale is quietly taking place off market. He's getting his money up, so he's probably getting ready for a rigorous defense. But this is a sad, sad story that goes beyond Diddy. Diddy is, in my opinion, a horrible individual. But that sentiment has been out there about him for a long time. He's been able to operate in this arena untouched because of the other enablers inside of the industry and the rules or the protocols, you call it the culture of the industry itself. Individuals were afraid to step against him, knowing what he was and what he was doing. Many of these allegations can be found echoed by people like his former security guards, etc. All right, Francesca, hell of a thing, new development. Obviously, still it's looking as if Diddy is going to face some significant charges, but I don't think he's fleeing on this particular jet.
Yeah, take all of his money, take all of his private jets. It's so sick to me that, when you have now 7, 8 rape allegations and other serious, human trafficking, drugging allegations against you, that you can just still take your private jet and all around the world, wherever you want to go, let's go. Like that you're still burning a bunch of fossil fuels and killing the planet because you're a rich guy. There's something about that stings extra hard. No, he's not getting away with this. But I like the details are so important, Doc. Like it's so important for us to literally face the music in this case, whether it's R. Kelly, whether it's Diddy, whether it's Weinstein, right? Like these are powerful men that consistently and over decades use their power to abuse many, many, many people. And yeah, all the folks who are complicit in it. So what are we doing about it? It's not just about taking away all of, everything that he owns. I hope we see that day. And I hope, defendants like Cassie get justice in this. But it really is about these industries. Are they changing? Are they better? We don't know.
Yeah, the culture has to transform, and culture can only transform when those who created that culture are no longer in charge of the industry. That's the only way this works. All right, we'll bring you updates as they come.